Morning everybody. Let's have a look at the Dow. So Friday I didn't really trade much. I had a little scalp. Didn't really get in on that move up. Had some other things to deal with. But at this stage, you can see how weekly Dickinson has flattened out now. So we were pointing down last week, and at this stage we have flattened out. It's still early days in the week, but that is a pretty good sign. And it's actually quite amazing how just a comment from Warren Buffett can drive the market like it did on Friday. Okay, so let's just check. Is there anything else we need to worry about? Obviously, the previous high of last week is something we need to worry about. There it is there. And I'm not even going to worry about the downside at this stage because as far as I'm concerned, the bulls have no intention of letting this fall below the 200-day EMA. Okay. Now, the big level that we're looking to break is going to be this trend line. Now, remember what I said a couple of days ago is that we had this. So if I draw my trend line like I normally do, and I've got it wrong, so I take it from the top there to the next top, which is this day here. Okay, and whatever else happens is really a touch in my mind. So you can see there, touched it, touched it, touched it, touched it, touched, and then we broke, and then we retested, and now this is the second retest. So this move to the downside, or this downward trend line, in my mind is broken. Okay, and if we now just be conservative, because we've had 3 days here where we touched this level, and delete this one. So this is the new downtrend line. Okay, there's nothing else. That was the previous high. So this is the new downtrend line. So technically speaking, what we're looking for is a break higher of this level here, which will then set the scene for further gains. Okay, so until then we are still consolidating, but there are a couple of things which happened last week which are extremely bullish at the moment. So this pin bar off the 200 EMA, I mean that is extremely bullish, which is a move to the upside. Now what I want to do just quickly, just want to show you, let's just get to the daily. So if we have a look at the Bull Williams now. Now remember, Bull Williams, when you're looking for the wise man number one, this is a wise man number one signal, okay, which is the pin bar. And that pin bar is from where we crossed, so from where price interacted with this red line here of the alligator, we draw down, that's our price line. Okay, it doesn't really, you can put it in the middle or the top, the bottom, doesn't really matter. What you're really just looking for is the angle. So I'm drawing along the red line here, and that's how price traveled. So I'm looking for this angle. The higher this angle, the more diversion, the more probability of a turn. And we've had a turn. Okay, so from a Bull Williams perspective, on the daily, we have had a turn. We need to break this level. This is the blue line of the alligator. Price on the daily needs to close above it, and then it'll pull back to come and test that. But that we'll watch later in the week. Let's get rid of that. Okay, so I would expect, because this is the new downtrend line, I'd expect us to get some kind of a resistance here, and we're also below the cloud still. And you can see here, Chico's band has broken through price, which is bullish, but we had a bearish crossover. Okay, so you can see how Dickinson and Kijinson, it was a bearish crossover. Okay, let's just get down to the 4 hour quick. Okay, so 4 hours is a different picture completely. You could see we have had a twist here or it's about to happen, another 4-hour bar or so, it'll be complete. We've had a crossover, a bullish crossover, and we've got Cisco span that's broken through price, and there's not much resistance here at the cloud. So I would suspect the levels that we need to worry about are obviously this swing low here, which is there. Worst case scenario is going to be, I'm going to put it there. So this swing low here, that's going to be worst case scenario. The pivot is quite far down, but I think it's going to take quite a bit for price to move down to that side. 250, 45 pips, that's going to be way too much in my mind. 4 hour, we are on the 200 EMA. So I would like to see a bit of a pullback. And when I say bit, let's just get to the hour and I'll show you what I'm looking for. So there is a possibility we can pull back to this level because we've got the daily pivot here, we've got the 1 hour 200 EMA here, and we've got the Kijinsen, 1 hour Kijinsen down here. So there is quite a number of magnets down here to pull price to, okay? And because we're on this downward trend line here, I would expect us to hit it and pull back slightly. Okay, and this measured move played out. Correct. Yeah, that was the target at the close. It hit the target at the close, so that measured move is done. So yes, I think a little bit of consolidation, and I just want to make sure that I wouldn't take a short here. Yeah, so we've had broken through the cloud on the 4 hour. We are hitting the 200 EMA, but we are above the cloud. So it's not an area for me to look at a short. I'd rather look for a bit of a pullback and an entry to go long. And I'm just going to get rid of all this noise so we can just get a better indication here. So that's the previous high of Friday. So that's definitely a very strong level. And there is a swing low here. Okay, so that's kind of the two areas. That's the area that I'm going to look for a long. It may just come back here to the previous high before starting moving to the upside. We do have, there is a bit of a swing low there, and I think I'm more interested right now in where we're going to, because that level is broken. So this swing low that you see here, which coincides with the top of the cloud here, that's broken. Okay, so that swing low. 200 break of the 200 is on the cards, and there's also a mini trend line here which has also broken. Okay, so that was the original 1, 2 touches, 3 touches, then we touched and tried to break through, touched again, and now we've broken through. So ideally speaking, we would like to see a pullback to this level. So let's get rid of that again. And what I'm going to do here is let's just put a block in on the cloud. That, and drill down to the hour. Okay, so that block there is essentially the 4-hour cloud. So that's the kind of the area that we're looking for a pullback into. And it does coincide with the previous high of Friday, and it also coincides with the swing low. So yeah, so I think what I'll be looking for at the open is I'll be looking for price in this area. If it's not in this area, then I'll be looking to see what happens around here. The concerning part on the hour is that you are very far from Keynesian at the moment, and Keynesian is flat. But that's to be expected this time in the morning. So ideally you want to see these two running together. And if I just hop onto the 15 quick, you can see they are close together on the 15. Everything's bullish. So Seconet, Keynesian and Dickinson are close together. The cloud is very broad, so there's a lot of resistance here. And we're through the cloud with Superspan. I mean, we had a massive move on Friday. So it's 300 points to get through the cloud, which is, that's a lot of resistance. So there's another way of looking at this is just to watch the 15 and take the trades off Keynesian or Dickinson on the 15. So if we pull back to this level, just take the trade and keep your, you can either keep your stop below the cloud, which is going to be quite big, or you keep it below Dickinson, the red line. So for me, the Dow is really, I think we're moving up, and the distance that we're moving up is dependent on whether we break this trend line. So when we do break this trend line, I would expect us to come back and just have a brief retest of the trend line before moving to the upside. And if this could be the setup this week that we're looking for, that we can start buying and hold it a bit longer than what we have been doing. So yes, I think this week's going to be interesting. Today I'm still looking for longs, just again short-term longs. So get in, get out, keep your stops closed, look after it properly. Anyway, guys, hope it helps. And yeah, I'll put my trades in the comments when I do take a trade on the Dow. And I'll catch you guys later.